Welcome to The Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun.
I listened to you during work. I was like, oh,
yeah. Oh, thanks.
Oh, yeah.
The first couple weeks, I was like, oh, man, I really hate my voice. Then I'm like, I don't care.
I don't care.
Good.
I really don't care.
People think I'm funny, so.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Segue.
We have Katie here from Kit and Caboodle.
Kit and Caboodle.
Super excited that she's here. We've been planning this for a while.
Yes.
We are kind of scheduled out a little bit. So everyone that we talk to, we're like, okay, we'll see you in 2 months. So then I have to go and do the research.
You know, because we're basically famous.
Well, I don't know about that.
Everyone wants to be on our show. What can I say?
I feel
You're
like
right.
you guys are super famous.
Thanks.
I was the one who reached out to you. I'm like, include me.
Yeah. Can I be on your show?
Seriously.
And then you brought weird wine.
Okay. And
Super weird wine.
super weird wine. But I also want to just mention this when you reached out. So whenever someone reaches out, I give them the whole like, all right, listen, we're like down to earth. We swear. We
kinda
talk about
sweary.
real things.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm good.
I'm there.
I know. Okay, you guys, I was probation officer in another life.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it
that's
was
amazing.
every other word
I want to hear about that.
was a swear word.
I want to hear so much about that.
So before we get into Kit and Caboodle Market and everything that you do, can you talk about past life and where you've been and
how you
what
got to where
you
you are
here?
now?
Yeah.
Oh my God, so many things flashing in front of
Yes.
my face. Yeah. So born and raised in Woodstock, so not far from you guys whatsoever. And did the working starting at 14. Did the whole college thing. Came back in the summers. My dad made sure we worked a full 40 hours.
Yeah.
You know, since we were talking, retail and work and things like that. And then ran off to California with my fiance.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, you're pregnant? Came back from California and just started my family out here. So, and just my different careers out here too. So
Are you mad like me that we started at 14? Like, I could have waited till I was like 18 to start working.
But you wanted to get out of the house. You wanted to make money.
I was like, I got my own money. You can't tell me nothing.
Exactly.
Buy my own groceries.
Exactly. Yeah. I think I was okay with it. It started at Culver's.
Oh, wow.
A very short stint at Culver's.
Yeah.
And then worked my way to being a sandwich artist.
Ooh.
Yes, it's a sandwich artiste at a local store called Mardi Gras back in the day. It's a sandwich shop on the Woodstock Square Mall. So that's where my work ethic started.
Okay. All right.
So I always have to ask people this. So you were in California, but then you came back to Illinois. Like, why? Why?
I know.
Although the cost of living out there right now, be glad you came back.
I know. Seriously. It's, I'm a big, just small, which is so funny. I'm a big small town girl. Like I'm a big
I can get
proponent
that.
of like community, small town. And that's like, I really was just so rooted out here that when I thought about like, okay, I'm having my son, like I wanted to bring my roots back over here because California, everyone is such like an implant. Like, oh, where are you from? Where are you from? Well, no one's like, oh, I grew up in San Diego. Everyone's from all over. Oh my gosh, beautiful, but expensive. And then it was like, oh, okay, I'm having my own family. I needed that. I needed to be back here.
I think I found a lot of people that I went to school with and stuff, maybe not a lot, but a percentage of them, a large percentage of them had moved away. Mm-hmm. And then when they started a family, they really missed their own hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want my kids to grow up having the life I did in my own hometown.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely gives it you yearn for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah.
So where were you a parole officer?
Oh my God. Okay. So, so I was so I started off at a place called the Day Reporting Center.
Can you give us a year?
Oh God, 2010.
Okay. All right.
It's not that long ago.
No.
2010. I was a counselor at the Day Reporting Center. The Day Reporting Center was a glorified babysitting group for those high-risk juvenile offenders of the county.
Okay.
So the best of the best.
The best of the best.
Got sent to me. Yeah. And so we ran groups and what we called thinking airs. And it's like, well, what? Your thoughts, they influence your actions. So why did you smash that mailbox? What was your thinking?
And they're like, I wasn't. My friends told me to do it. And I wanted to be cool.
Right. Why did you steal that purse from the car? Why did you smoke that joint? You know, things like that. Let's dive in deep. So then I was working with that population, and an opening came up for a couple of positions at the McHenry County probation office. So I was like, the natural thing is to, go into that office, I suppose. And I enjoyed my work with these kids. They were really cool kids. And one of them even made me a button that said OG, original gangster. Yeah, we had an art class during this group, and we made buttons, and I got an OG. And so, I had a soft spot for a lot of these kids because they needed it, Yeah. So I started work, and I was with probation from 2010 to about 2015.
Okay.
And so again, continuing small group work and urine screens, which is a real fun part of the job,
I'm sure.
if you can imagine. And my cubicle was right outside of the testing room. So I heard all of the excuses of why they popped dirty.
Oh my gosh.
I kept a journal. I
wish
I still had that journal of the conversations that I heard outside of that door.
That's so funny.
Can you share a couple if you remember them?
Oh man. Okay. So
I mean, you got the normal, it was my friend smoking. I wasn't smoking. It must have been contact high.
It was a lot of, I was just in the room and my friend blew smoke in my face. Or it was, I thought that brownie tasted weird.
Oh my God.
It even got a little dirtier where it was like, oh, well, I was intimate with my significant other, so maybe that's how. Like, they got very creative.
Oh my goodness.
But the best were, so in the testing rooms, it says if you tamper, this is an offense, you will be arrested immediately. So you think you'd see that and be deterred.
Think twice about doing that? No.
Not this population.
Did anyone get arrested?
Yep.
So, they did. Okay. So the sign was correct.
There are these amazing contraptions called Whizzinator.
Heard of them.
Have you?
Yeah.
I have not. So go ahead.
Yeah. No. So a Whizzinator is like a capsule or a little contraption that they hide in their pants. And they
whip it out. It looks like a real pee-pee.
They fill it with someone else's urine. Okay. And then, but often these are observed.
Yeah.
So people are watching you. Officers are watching you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They've fallen out, or there have been Visine bottles.
God.
They walk out in Visine bottles. Yep. And the sheriff's department's right there. They're on the spot arrested.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, but just, it's
like, just get clean for a couple months and then you can go do whatever the hell you want, you know?
Like 30 days or something.
Yeah. Although I'll say when I was a kid, I got into some trouble for smoking weed,
Yeah. Oh, no judgment.
Who didn't?
No judgment.
I mean?
I didn't.
Whatever, Meredith. It's perfect over here. So I had to go to counseling, right?
Yeah.
And then I kept peeing dirty.
Yep.
And they were like, well, if your levels start going down, we'll give you a chance. But they just keep going up. And I'm like, I promise I'm not getting high anymore. Right. I don't understand,
I know, but it's be honest, right?
I know.
There's no but people got creative.
Yeah.
That was a fun part of the job.
Yeah. But you know what? Okay, so I can imagine somebody kind of like you was my counselor. They were all cool and laid back.
Yeah.
And yeah, whatever. And da-da-da. So I was like, oh yeah, cool. This ain't no big deal,
Right. Ain't no thing.
Sometimes that's all you need, though.
Yeah.
As a child going through that,
Yeah.
you need someone that's super cool and that will listen and give you some attention and maybe
Yeah.
do an art class with you. And
for sure,
they don't have it at home. Maybe, right?
Yeah.
I'm only guessing, but
for sure, yeah. So
that's funny.
It was a fun job, and that's actually where I met my husband.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I met my husband, because I was my second husband.
I was gonna say, because we had a fiance going to California.
I was like, wait a minute.
We had a baby on the way back.
I saw a picture
Illinois.
of your son, and he is not only 10. So
he's 12.
Yeah,
he's 12.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Is he your only one?
My only one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
yep. I was like, I'm not taking chances on a number 2. He's such a good kid.
he's so perfect
Oh
that
my
it's like,
God.
why ruin that? For the
you're
second one?
you're one in a million that realized
Yeah.
I'm not going to let this one make me think the next one is going to be as
so
good as
many
this one.
do that.
Right. I know.
The first one was so easy. How hard can it be to have a
And
second?
then the second one comes out. And I've seen TikToks like that.
The second one comes out slapping
Where
you.
have you seen the one where the girl's like a ballerina and she's like, yay, and she's like, and then she's the reason why I had my second one, and then she goes to pan over to the second one and she's like,
Yeah.
growling.
Evil.
Yeah, she's like growling.
Pure evil.
It's perfect.
Oh, that's so funny.
So met my second husband, and we got hired on the same day, so we had all the same trainings. And honestly, we were just friends. We were really good friends, and I was actually going through a divorce. And so when I was kind of in a good place, and available, he asked me out. And
nice. Where was your first date?
Popeyes.
Yeah.
In
Lake Geneva.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody thinks Popeye's chicken. It's not Popeye's chicken.
It's Popeyes on the lake of Lake Geneva.
This is a fancy Popeyes, okay?
Yeah, it was a fancy first date.
I feel like they probably have fried chicken there, but
probably.
Yeah, it's mostly like seafood and steak and stuff like that.
Yeah. So and then when he did propose, it was in Lake Geneva.
Very nice.
And then we went over to Popeyes where our first date was, and our parents were there. So it was
my favorite place. I love Lake Geneva.
So we totally like surprised you, and then everyone's
planned
like,
it.
"Haha, we all knew."
Yeah. He was like, it was in the winter. He's like, "Oh, doesn't the lake look so beautiful? Let's go walk by it." I'm like,
"It's
I'm
freaking
hungry.
freezing."
I want beer, and the water's not moving. And like I was hangry, and he's like, like this was his plan. So you could just imagine. He was like, "Oh my God, she's not gonna go walk by, walk down there with me." And I'm just like, "Fine."
He's like, "Shit, I should have gave her a snack on the way."
I know. I'm surprised he even asked me after that. I was just like, "Yeah."
And you've been married 8 years then? Or how long?
We got married in 2016. 2016.
So when did you start Kit and Caboodle?
Oh my gosh, that's a really good question. I think it has been 3 years now. Yeah, it's been 3 years now. So I was working for the county, and I just, I really wanted a creative outlet. I don't know if you know anything about county work, but it's
I could just imagine.
It's not inspiring.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
is it the same thing every day? Like what you're doing every day?
It's a lot of negative stuff, right? Kind of brings you down.
It's life sucking.
Yeah.
Okay.
We work retail. We can understand this.
Yes.
Sound familiar, folks?
There's some similarities.
Yeah.
Soul sucking.
The county was very good to me. Don't get me wrong there. It is a good, solid, good, solid work there. But I just needed a creative outlet. I wanted to just add extra income. And so I was just kind of, thinking about doing research. I had owned other businesses before. I did some like Etsy stuff and did some creating with jewelry. I'm a huge antiquer, like vintage shopper.
Okay.
And so I ran a little business as well doing that too. So I've kind of dabbled in a little thing, like different things here and there. But I really got inspired just by like the curating of gift boxes and them being like really thoughtful and just having something of my own. So I kind of came up with Kit and Caboodle Market, and I really wanted it to be focused on supporting other local small businesses around me. And when I do source items, I do source them, from a wholesaler, but I really pay attention to their descriptions. I'm like, are they woman owned? Are they small batch items? Sometimes are they sustainable items? And then I also, support and do wholesale items from a lot of my vendors I work with through my craft show too. So a lot of things you'll see on my website will be like this cup here is from my website. This is from a local gal as well. So it was really giving. Part of Kit and Caboodle was just for me to have a creative outlet, some extra income for me and my family, but also to really support those that don't have that retail shop, right? Because retail is, as we know, is a huge online presence. Mm-hmm. So it's tough getting your name out there, your product out there, your company out there when you don't necessarily have like a physical place or somebody to walk into. So that's really where I wanted to start my crafts and cocktails events. Growing up, I have these amazing memories of going to craft fairs with my grandfather. He was a woodworker. He was a shop metal teacher at Woodstock High School for 30 plus years. And so he would do craft shows. So me and my sister would go and like walk around with his wooden toys and all the things that he made, trying to like be little salesmen. And so I was like, I'd really like to get into the craft fair scene, and maybe like my company can host those. So I'm going on my 5th crafts and cocktails.
That's awesome.
Wow, what a cool story.
Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah.
So this is your company.
This is
You're
my
the owner,
company. I am the owner,
president.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
woman owned.
Yeah, and it's really funny when I'm like, we are launching our fall market on September 11th. And it's like, who is we?
Yeah.
Like, whom else am I talking
you
about?
always want to do that online for safety and just because you
Everybody.
should always make yourself sound bigger. I've learned that.
It's for everybody.
Yeah.
It's
So
fall, y'all.
when you say you collab with others, so your website, first of all, is beautiful, and we'll
thank
share
you.
that with everyone. Is it just your products, or is it a collab with other businesses?
Yeah, so I really tried to pull like this fall market. I pulled a lot from from different wholesalers, but it really is. I will have a good mix of like local, like McHenry County surrounding area, crafters and makers. I'm like, hey, can we pull like a special item? I want to feature it on my website. I want to put it in one of my boxes. Anything like that. I'll try to reach out to them as much as possible. And if they can wholesale, sometimes my crafters and my makers can't necessarily provide that service. So I really, that's why the platform for my crafts and cocktails and having all of those vendors, come out is because I feel like I'm giving them a platform to get a wider audience and to kind of show off, what they do, because I work with so many talented, it's mainly women actually. And I have my first male vendor coming to this October 23rd Crafts and Cocktails.
What does he do?
So he makes beard oils.
Oh,
and it's like
perfect.
Like men, like care, like beauty products and things like that. So I told him like, hey, you're my first male.
Yeah.
He's like, really? I was like, yeah, it hasn't been on purpose.
Yeah.
I feel like makers and crafters are, really
generally
like female for it. At least the ones in my vendor.
I like the
group.
male crocheters. I see a lot of male crocheters on TikTok and knitters. I think that's amazing because, like you said, it's like generally female, like dominated. And the fact that somebody took the time and they were interested in learning how to do that is amazing to me.
I could not.
No?
I could not have that patience to do that.
Oh, I like crocheting. I haven't done it in a while, but I like, my mom used to make these like real intricate doilies like you used to find on your grandma's couch and stuff, with like real thin, just like not thread, but just string. They were crazy. I crochet some like slippers or a hat.
Yeah.
Or a scarf.
I have a friend that I've known for years and years. She lives up in Wisconsin, and she crochets sweaters and socks and vests.
Dude, people make whole outfits out of it. Yeah.
It is like she posts it. I'm like, oh, that's cute that she bought that. No, she created that. Yeah. It's incredible. I should share some of her stuff.
I saw a girl, she uses embroidery thread. And makes shirts and stuff out of it.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Who's got that
it's
time?
Crazy. I mean, you have to use a needle with like such a small hook on it. It's insane.
Wow, that's incredible.
Like Julia did the hand crochet blanket.
Yes.
Or hand knit.
Yes.
Is it hand knitting? I think, right? Mm-hmm. Where you literally use your arms to knit it, and it's like
it's
that
real
big around.
Thick. It's a real thick blanket. It's really
neat. If you like search it online, you'll find tons of videos on how to do it. So it's like that, but then like this tiny, it's so crazy.
Yeah. I want to go back to the box that you mentioned and like what you create, but I just want to tell everyone about the Crafts and Cocktails. I have it pulled up here on my screen.
Awesome.
So it's Crafts and Cocktails Makers Market, October 23rd from 11 to 4. It's free to get in.
Absolutely.
So I absolutely support those that are there, right? There's 25 local makers. Do you have any more?
Nope.
I know this was okay. So 25. That's a lot, actually.
Final head count.
There's food trucks. We love food trucks. We're going to talk about that too.
We're going to talk about that.
There's an open cash bar. Fall Cocktail by LA Lavender Company.
Yes.
What does that mean? I'm curious.
My God. Okay, so Leanne from LA Lavender Company, she makes the most amazing lavender lemonade you ever have. Mix that with vodka.
I was just going to say, add some vodka to that.
Good.
Yum.
So she does our signature cocktail. So all of my events have booze because that's just like me.
Sure.
All of my events have food.
Ours too.
Oh my God. And this brings in like a bigger crowd. Like people are bringing their husbands, their boyfriends, their spouses now, their partners. And so she makes out, I went over to her house and we're like hanging out, drinking. That she made me do a tequila shot. I'm like, I love you. And brainstorming juice. And so I believe she's doing like a pear and like vodka or drink. I forget what we landed on, but it's going to be like a fall pear like mixed cocktail.
Wow.
And so I love my vendors, like they're my makers, like be creative. I'm like, like whatever you want to do. I have like tarot card reading that's going to be there. I know you're
that's your favorite.
Yeah, tarot card tarot card reading there. There's going to be a gal doing permanent jewelry there.
Oh, I want some permanent jewelry.
October 23rd, put it in your calendar.
Where's my phone?
Yeah.
October 23rd. Yeah. And it's at Smith's Central Garage. That's a really cool place. It's just an open place downtown. It's 3315 Pearl Street, McHenry.
Oh, it's in McHenry.
It's in McHenry. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm definitely there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and that's the second time we've been there, and it's a great location. We got really great turnout.
It is an excellent location.
I think I know where
plenty
that is.
Plenty of parking because it's by the gazebo. You know, there's plenty of parking all the way around.
That's where Johnny's nephew had his Eagle Scout.
People do that. They get married there. I've been to trivia there. I've been to so many events there. It's a great location.
That is
it's
a
clean.
good location.
You can set it up however you want.
Yeah.
So, very exciting.
Perfect.
Yep. So, October 23rd, reach out to us if you need more information, but we'll also share it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and Ashley Maruli, the owner over there, is super great. She's such a great host. So, that's the second time we've had a crafts and cocktails over there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. So this is so is this your fifth year doing it?
Our fifth show. Yeah. So I've
fifth
done
show. Okay.
Yeah. So the first one we had, it was kind of right out of COVID, and it was in June. And it was at Ortman's. Have you guys been to Ortman's?
No.
Oh my God, you got to go to Ortman's.
Okay.
It's in Woodstock. It's off the train, and they just built like a gorgeous like outside kind of covered area. So awesome beer garden out there. But it was like maybe like 14 vendors, and I had like I had a taco truck out there, and of course, like the bar was there, and there were just like hundreds and hundreds of people came. And I just had a lady just not long ago. She's like, "Are you going to do that again over at Ortman's?" Because it was just such like a buzz in the air. People were like happy to see other people.
Yes.
And like they had to practice again how to be social. And like
because you're awkward, like do they want to hug? I don't know, you know.
But everybody, it was just like this feeling of just like normalcy and just like positivity, and it was just such a great show. So that was my first crafts and cocktails. Other places I've had is Kishwaukee Brewing.
Oh, we love that place.
We love them.
We love that place.
They are always promoting our stuff. They're always tagging us and everything.
Bestie from Florida was just out. I gave him some Kishwaukee Brewing stickers to take back to Florida so they can put them up.
They are just amazing.
They are so hospitable. And we've had 2 of my shows out there. We just had one there last, all the months.
I know. They all just smashed together.
July?
Yeah.
We'll say July. But yeah, we were out there. We had like an outdoor-indoor event. Again, food trucks out there. We had the beer flowing. So it's just like, I love it because it's a win-win for everybody. Because so many people came to that show. We didn't even know this was here. Like,
that's so
So
awesome.
it gets like, I love that. I love that for them, that it got them a whole new crowd of customers.
Yes.
And potential new customers and repeat customers. That's what it's all about, right? And then again, I had about like 20 of my crafters there, and then I had, it's the food trucks there. So it's just like, I love that I created like this whole support system. Like we're all in it together.
Yeah.
And we're all just supporting each other. So again, it's just like a really great buzz in the air, and kids come to all of my shows too. So they're family friendly. You don't feel like you need to leave the kids, at home.
Right.
And so, it's just been
I think like you said, it's like, it's hard enough to get into retail and then to be noticed in retail.
Mm-hmm.
So you having these events opens it to so many people to follow them and share it and share with their friends. And, even if you don't buy anything, if you take a card and follow them on social media, like I always say, SOS, share our shit.
Yep.
Like it costs nothing.
It costs nothing
to support
share
us.
us. Yep.
I love that.
You don't have to spend $100 on us to listen to us or anything.
You could.
I mean, you can.
You can
do it.
It is
Send us
available
money
for you.
Or support everyone that comes on the podcast.
Yes.
But we're not looking for it.
But we need to fill the bar again. It's really getting low.
I hope I helped a little bit.
You did.
You absolutely
definitely
helped.
did.
Good.
Okay, so let's go back to the boxes, please.
Yes.
Can we open our box?
We did not open our box.
You're making me
have
wait
a
with
Kit
it right
and
in front
Caboodle
of
Market
me.
Box. box. So Cass is going to open it. Please explain everything for those that are listening. And I love that it says gifting made simple.
Yes.
That is fantastic. It's like someone just reaches out to you and says, here's who I would like to gift to. What can you do? And that's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So a couple of the boxes that I've done recently, one has been a like welcome home one. The person moved into a new apartment. And so I always ask like, okay, tell me about the gift receiver, like tell me about their house, their likes, what, so I personally get to know like my customer.
Like you tell them, are they modern farmhouse or boho chic?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
Exactly. So like, I love it. So I get to like customize, I'm like, okay, what's your budget? When do you need it by? Tell me a little bit about the person. So I get to know, my customers and the gift receiver really. And then another one, and I get a lot of, deepest sympathy ones, somebody recently lost their mother. And so, I kind of created, this hug in a box for them.
I was gonna say, comfy
right?
one.
Yeah.
Now, when you build a hug in a box,
Yeah.
what are you putting it? Like for me, I don't know what I would want.
Maybe
like,
a scarf.
I'm very fortunate. I haven't lost anyone recently, but is it a
Right.
scarf?
Warm
Is it
scarf.
chocolate?
Like-
Is it drinks?
And chocolate
Can
and
you
drinks.
explain what the
It's
thought
just
process
a
is on
gallon of
that?
Tito's.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. That's what I would want.
Yeah, right.
But,
Right.
What do others want as
I
well?
know. So, and I do, and I kind of asked the person. So the last one it was chocolate. It was dark chocolate.
Yeah.
It was a little succulent plant.
Oh, perfect.
Something you
yes.
can't kill easily because you don't want
Yeah.
to go there in that
No,
kind of dark time.
no.
Like I killed my plant.
I can't. I would.
Right. So, and then it was like coffee. It was a mug. It was, oh my gosh, what else did I put
You
in
can never
there?
go wrong with coffee in a
I
mug.
know.
No.
Except for if you're like your bestie who doesn't like coffee. But
Right.
That's why.
I feel like you can never go wrong with a mug, a beautiful rose mug.
Even if you
especially
give her
it's
a
for
mug,
female.
though, as long as it says something funny on it, she'll still take it. She'll
Yeah.
drink vodka out of it.
That's true. That's true.
She'll
But
drink Kool-Aid out of it.
you can never go wrong with coffee, I feel, or
Yeah,
teas
yeah.
or anything like
Exactly. Or I get like, hey, it's my girlfriend's birthday. Like I got, $40 to, I get people who it's, I had a gentleman who is, it was a Christmas gift. He's like, yeah, we spend like a couple $100s. I'm like, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But I appreciate my $40,
Right.
boxes as
Just as
well.
much.
Oh my God. Absolutely. And I have really quick turnaround time. Like I do things like I take it super serious. Like give me like 2-3 days. I'll get it shipped out. I ship to all 50 states. No matter the occasion, whatever it is, I will have a box ready for you and I'll work.
It's kind of
with
like
you.
the
So
$40 one is like a challenge.
it can
Yeah.
be. It can be. And I let people know like, hey, sometimes like maybe I won't put it in a box, but I'll put it in one of my little bags that I have.
Baskets.
The
Oh,
super
yeah.
cute like
Yeah.
bag
Yeah.
because like packaging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these boxes are very
I know.
nice.
Right.
You tell me to explain everything. So this
Yes.
is a very beautiful
Yeah,
box.
so I brought you guys a box.
Aw,
so
thank
go
And
you
it
ahead.
says
so
Kit and Caboodle
much.
Market, gifting made simple. It's like 12 by 10, right? Is
Yeah,
that 12 by
about.
10? Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
It's magnetic.
Yeah, and
closure.
usually I have like a bow, but I just ordered
I mean, we don't
those.
need no fancy bows.
Okay.
So I'm going to open it. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I am so excited for this. It's
I'm
beautiful.
so excited. Are you sure you're ready?
I'm ready. This is what you give to podcasters.
Oh!
So
what is
amazing.
Okay.
First of all, go ahead.
Nifty
Hold on a
gifties.
second. I love sunglasses.
Good.
So there's 2 sunglasses in there.
So you didn't have to fight.
No, yeah,
Meredith,
we
there's your
usually don't fight,
sunglasses.
but I probably would have fought her for them.
These are such good sunglasses. Okay.
These are really cute. They're gray.
These are very cute.
They're like gray tops.
What do you call this style? I know there's a name for it.
Wayfair? Am I making that up?
Isn't
No.
Wayfair like a store?
It's
But it's
Wayfair
a style
knows
as
just
but it's
what
well.
a
you need.
style.
We'll
Give us
share
some
a
money,
picture of all
Wayfair.
this.
Give us some money, Wayfair.
Yeah.
We should take a picture before we start digging into it, but
Yeah,
that's
for
okay. I'm
sure.
going to keep going.
Yep.
Now, I'm interested in this.
Yeah.
So this is a bottle.
Morris Kitchen Pineapple Lime Tiki Mixer. Pairs with rum, tequila, and seltzer.
All of the
See
things.
at morriskitchen.com. This looks absolutely delicious. You can't have any of that. That one's mine. I'm just joking. We'll have to have that on the patio.
Whatever.
It's going to be like 85 degrees this weekend. I think we're going to
and I
have to
have
have
a
this on the
4-day
patio.
weekend.
Oh my God. Well, I
Lucky.
don't. So thanks for rubbing it in. We got a slim can cooler.
Oh my gosh, I love those.
Yes.
We
I
both love
those.
these.
And it almost looks tie-dye.
It is.
Did you know we love
It's like-
tie-dye?
You guys, I tried to do my research on my gift receiver. So am I on point?
You're on. She's
Okay.
on point.
Okay.
I mean, it matches my shirt.
Like we
today.
even have tie-dye in our logo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that's our thing.
I think I have to keep this one too because it matches my shirt.
Oh, sure.
Meredith.
Sure. Absolutely.
Look at, she's so easy too.
I'm
She's
happy
like,
with
yeah,
the
just-
sunglasses so far. Keep going.
Just keep it all. That's fine. Okay, what is this? Oh, a reusable shopping sack?
Yes.
Yes.
Cute.
So in Woodstock,
Very cute.
we get taxed for our bags.
Do you? I was
So-
wondering if they were, I mean, I know in Illinois or in Chicago, they make you pay for them like 5 cents.
Yes. Woodstock, I think it's like 10 cents.
This
So-
bag is from Twist and Shout.
Yeah. So
It's cream and a medium size.
yes.
It's so cute. There's lots of like pastel colors. And that one says, Mama needs wine, so bring that over.
That one's for you.
This is a cute cup with the top that I'm absolutely going to drink out of every day, and no one will know what's in it. What do you have?
Oh, that makes a good sound.
It's ASMR. Look it's masks. We're going to have drinks and put masks on and watch Hocus Pocus.
Oh, done.
Yes.
Done.
Yes.
So explain the masks.
Okay, so it's Dermacare Hydrolonic Moisturizing Variety Pack.
Yeah. So there's multiple.
Oh, we got tea tree. We got the hydrolonic acid.
I just want the
We
one that's
got-
going to make me look young.
Then you probably want the multivitamin.
Perfect. Because I don't take
I
any
don't know what
vitamins.
this means. Propolis. Isn't that when your butthole falls out?
Oh,
I would hope.
my
I
Oh,
hope
that's
not.
prolapse, right?
That's. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
And then we got ceramide. Maybe you need that one.
Depends on how strong that drink is. We might be putting masks on our butts, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Better
That's
buttholes.
terrible.
Does it put your butthole back?
Oh my gosh. Here, I'll give this all back to you just so you
Okay.
can take a picture
Is that
and
it?
share.
Is that it?
Yes.
Yep.
Thank
All right.
you.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Welcome.
That is
Well,
so
thank
awesome.
Thank you.
And this is okay. So, just and not that I want to know like how much all this costs because it's
But we
amazing.
definitely want to know how much so that we can
like
we know for
right.
gifting.
What's this price point?
It's a
for
beautiful.
a
Wait, let's
gift?
guess. Can we guess?
Okay.
I feel like it would be. Let me think. Okay, I got to think about this now because it depends on how much the drink is.
she's
yeah,
like
she's-
adding
she's-
it up.
she's adding it up as
pointing
well.
at everything and adding it up.
I'm gonna say like under 100, but it looks like it's like it could be 150 or $200.
I was gonna say like
box.
$100.
Yeah. So I would. Oh God, you're making me do math.
Yes. Simple math. Just do simple math.
Not prepared to
Picture, sorry.
carry the 3. Oh God, you got. Oh, it's like with shipping in the back.
Yeah,
Like,
or-
like let's say like 110.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
And it looks
I'd-
that way.
Yes,
So I
definitely.
don't know if we're playing by Price's Right rules, but
Right.
somebody won.
Yeah.
Here,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it was me. I won.
You won,
So
yeah.
I think that
Should have guessed the dollar.
she will leave and be. I'll see her on the camera in the house. See ya, and she'll have the whole box.
I'll be running out with it under my arm. I'm out of here, bitch.
Yeah. So like the really nice thing about the
I
boxes,
love this.
and like I'll bring that function back closer to Christmas time. So what you can do on my website is there's a build your own. I call it BYOB. You know,
Build your own box.
build your own box. And so all the items in that on the website, you can build your own. So you can be like, oh, it's my girlfriend's birthday party, or hey, it's my anniversary for my wife. And so you can go on and just add to and create and build your own box.
Yeah.
And then ship it.
Yeah.
So it's an awesome function that
And
I
you
have
kind
on
of
my
make your
website.
own price point too,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. So it just starts off with the price of the box, and it comes, I'll handwrite a card. If you guys leave me, there's a spot
Leave a
where
little
you can,
note.
Yeah, spot where, so you guys you don't have to do the shipping. You get to put exactly in there what you want, create, like you said, your own budget, and then the message. And I try to
That's
use
so perfect.
the teacher handwriting I never had. I
Yeah.
try to use my best
Yeah.
handwriting,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
and then ship it for you guys. So
That's
it's
awesome.
It's a really
Because we both have family that live out of state.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
is amazing.
That's
yeah.
perfect.
So closer to Christmas, when I just totally stock my website,
Yeah.
that function will be back. Yeah,
Awesome.
probably early November.
So how many do you call them vendors, suppliers? How many do you work with to create a box like
Yeah.
this?
Oh man, those are all from different vendors. So
Yeah.
I probably have 20 plus different vendors on my site right now. But I have like overstock and things like that I pull when somebody, just messages me, hey, I need like a box. Like I'll pull from like old stock
Right.
and stuff like that. But as far as like for my vendors I work with in my group, I have about 70 local vendors.
Oh, wow.
That my group. Yeah.
That's
that I run.
amazing.
So every time someone orders a box, do you reach out, or do you have a spot in the house, or do you have a storefront? Like, how does this work? Because
our spare bedroom.
Oh, okay. I was
Yes.
wondering, like,
I call it the craft room, which really it's the crap room because it catches all my crap.
So when you had this crazy idea to start this business, I was like to my husband Jake, I was like, hey, so about our spare bedroom, nobody sleeps there, right?
Do we need that?
And I was like, here's a thought. Can I make that my space, And he's like, absolutely, like no big deal. He's a cool guy. Yeah. So number 2 was the right decision.
There you go.
The husband front. Yeah.
First is the worst. Second is the best.
Right? Yes. So no, number 1 was he's a good guy, just not for me. Right.
Yeah.
But no, so my spare bedroom is my office where I take my photos. It's where the pile of boxes are.
Oh my gosh.
And my husband has become a master box breaker downer.
Nice.
And he gifted me. He gave me a hint where he like handed me a box cutter. He's like, this is for you.
This is for you.
Take a hint, Katie.
Because were you just like chucking the whole boxes down the stairs?
Yup.
This one's empty. Just chuck it down the stairs. Oh, look, they're gone. The box fairy came.
I do. He's my box fairy.
It's funny. I get home delivery meals and they come in a pretty big box, and I always just open the garage door and chuck them out there.
Yes.
Sometimes they stick around for a while and they get stuff put in them. Sometimes they just disappear.
Yeah. Oh my God.
so is this your full-time job?
No.
You have a daytime job.
This is my second full-time job.
Second
wow,
full-time
yeah.
job. Okay.
Yes, by night I am a box curator. But
Okay.
I work a 40-hour work week. I am an HR specialist for an amazing company. I know.
I don't like HR. I mean, I shouldn't say we. I just
get in the
don't.
boot. I know. So like,
Might have to make you leave, and we're keeping the box.
I know. I know. But you know what? Like my company, so I work for a company, they're huge supporters of my business.
Oh, that's nice.
Huge supporters. They're great. And so I am a HR specialist for a company. It's called MBI. And what we do is we are IT consulting staffing company. And so I help out with recruiting efforts. I'm HR. We really don't have a lot of HR escalations.
No. Yeah.
For the most part, people are pretty professional. I've had to do a few, investigations here and there. But most of my time is spent, recruiting. And then we also have a philanthropic sector that I run.
Okay.
And it's called MBI Cares. And it's amazing.
That does sound amazing.
I
love when companies give back.
No,
hey,
we won't.
You seem pretty nice.
I want to keep the box. Don't hate on her.
Okay. So I help. So my CEO is an eccentric, amazing, giving person. And he has this generous, huge heart and wanted to start his philanthropic sector. So when I was brought on, I helped create that. So it's now what is called MBI Cares. And we pumped in $120,000 back into our local community last year. And we're on target to do that again.
Amazing.
So I actually just got to help out and help run a really cool event. So it was called a teacher supply drive. We were actually in the Northwest Herald a couple times for that, and then the Woodstock Independent for that as well. So what we did was we spent about $23,000 purchasing school supplies for teachers for all of Woodstock teachers. So we're located in Woodstock, right off of the Woodstock Square. And so I organized that. We packaged and up all of these school supplies. I put out a fillable form. I asked all the teachers, hey, what are your top 10 most want? What do you need? Because my CEO is like, hey, Katie, I hate that these teachers have to spend their own money.
Yes.
What can we do about
that? We know
that?
they do.
Yeah.
They do. I'm like, I got teachers in the family, and it's just, they make their Amazon list. They, they ask, and then they only can get so much from the students, what they bring in, and then their stipend. What is that even? $50?
Yeah. I was just going to say $50.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
and that's for the art teacher.
Right.
Right. The hell?
Yeah. So what we did was I came up with their top 10 list. We went shopping. We went crazy and packaged them by pre-K, kindergarten, elementary, junior high, and then high school. Each had their specific supplies. And we had over almost 400 teachers come through. So that
is so awesome.
Yeah. So we had 4 days of this, 5 days of this event. And we worked with all of the local principals. We included the Marion, St. Mary's, and then all of the D200 schools. And so they came in the week before school and came up and picked up their supplies, or they were given like a $50 gift card. So if art teacher came in, a PE teacher came in, we gave them, gift cards because they need such different things.
Right. So
go buy some clay.
Yeah, so let's talk like a third grade teacher. What was in their bag or basket or box?
So elementary school teachers, oh my God. So everybody wanted expo markers.
Yes.
Everybody.
We were talking about that.
Whiteboards.
Yep.
Everybody wanted those expo markers. So they got expo markers. They got laminating, like folder thing or laminate sheets. Thank you.
Yeah.
And they got pencils. They got kid scissors. They got, oh my gosh, those little pink eraser toppers. They got stickers. I want to say they got like packets of stickers. And, oh my gosh, just like construction paper. I'm trying to think because we had like
so much. So much already. Yeah.
So we have this back security room of our building, and it was filled to the brim.
Oh my gosh.
Like this one time was like 100 degrees out. This Amazon delivery came. He's like, I have 77 heavy boxes. So when a box is marked heavy, and I had like my sandals on, and it was 100 degrees. I was the only one there at the time of the office. I'm like, and I didn't want to complain because this guy's like, yeah, this is the third time I'm moving this.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just like, yeah.
You're like, let me get you some water.
Yeah. But man, I work with a great team. We like rallied and we stuffed 355 bags.
How many employees are at MBI?
Small. So our project office, which is run out of Woodstock, is a small. We have maybe 7 to 10 people.
Oh yeah.
But our company, we have a little over like 100 people.
Nice.
Remote.
Nationwide.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
that's awesome. Well, your boss sounds pretty cool.
Oh, he's a cool guy.
Sounds like a great business. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do you like better, making the boxes or your job? I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, I know.
That's kind of hard to decide.
I mean, because both sound so amazing. How do you even?
But it was weird because I'm just like, I never had a job where I was like, I love my job.
Yeah.
And now I can say, I love my job.
So see,
love
everybody
your jobs.
Hang in there.
Yeah.
Hang in there because you'll find it one day.
For sure.
I just saw like a teenager post, I always bring it up. I follow those Nobody Wants to Work pages on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And this girl's like, I'm 19 and like I've been busting ass. I think she worked at, I'm going to call them out, Walmart or something like that. She's like, I always felt I went above and beyond and those assholes just treat me like shit, Oh,
that's too bad.
And she's like, should I feel bad that I don't love my job? And I'm like, sometimes a job's just a job. We talked about that when Annie was here from Turning Head Salon, because her son was kind of going through the same thing. Sure. Like, what's my passion in life? I'm almost an adult. And nobody knows.
Yeah.
Sometimes a job is just that. It pays your bills.
Yep.
It gives you what you need. And hopefully it provides you with a little bit more so you can take a vacation or save up for a new car, something like that. I feel like nowadays that's asking a lot, right?
Right.
A lot of people work for just bare minimum and it sucks sometimes, but just, find something that you can tolerate and pays you okay.
Yeah.
That's the best
where
advice.
Does that come from? Where does the idea that it has to be,
because
the
people
most
are
magical
told,
thing in the world?
Find a job that you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
Right.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Because even crafting, crocheting, I like crocheting. Do I want to crochet 24/7 and sell my shit? Hell no. So it's like you can't. And that my grandma always told me. My grandma has always knitted. She made clothes for us. Like she's pretty old school. She would make my mom clothes when she was a kid. My mom grew up just wanting a pair of Levi's so bad. Oh. But no, she had to wear these homemade pants that And she's like, my mom's like, man, when I got my first job, the first thing I did was went and bought a pair of Levi's. You got to think this was like the late 70s,
I just imagine they itched, right?
Yeah. Oh God. She made us the cutest like Easter dresses and stuff, but she's like, I didn't want to do that for a living. Then I wouldn't enjoy it. I enjoy it. So
I'm 5'7". I have a cousin that's 5'1". She was a gymnast. I got her hand-me-downs.
No.
How does that
I was
work?
like, wait a minute.
There's a lot of pictures of me with really short shorts,
Shouldn't that be
crop
the other
tops.
way around?
Trend setting. That's what you're doing.
She was
No kidding.
a few years older than me, and a bag would come to the house, and I'd just be like, "Really?
And you're like, hey, whatever.
Are these for my dolls?"
I don't even need a bra with this shirt. It's so tight. You made flood pants cool.
Yeah.
I
did.
had to. I had no choice.
You're like, I'll just wear some high tops with this. It'll be cool. It'll be fine. Everything's fine.
So I was just looking at some Facebook memories, and probably, I don't even know how many years ago, it's been probably 15 years ago, I owned a business online. It was just when everything was really online, like, our artisans or artists or whatever, they were creating things.
Yeah.
And I had Bottles by Design.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
you still have those
the
around
reason,
the
and I'm
house.
going to mention this because I know she listens, is my cousin, who's 2 doors down.
Yeah.
She lives 2 doors down from us.
That's fun.
Brought over a wine bottle, not a plastic one like you have today. We're going to explain that to
plastic paper.
everybody.
That's
It was a
plastic
glass
paper.
wine bottle that she put lights inside and put like the faux grapes in a bow, and she kept the label on, and I thought, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I was like, thank you. I texted her, called her, walked over there, had another glass of wine with her so I could steal her bottle and make one.
Yeah.
Well, then it turned into something, because I was home with the kids for a
Yep.
year, and it turned into something a little bit bigger. Like then I was doing stained glass bottles, and then I was getting kind of fancy with them. And I loved the first year of doing it because everybody loved it.
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was cool. Everybody got gifts. Oh, make me a Sox one. Make me a Cubs
Yeah.
one. I did a Purdue one.
Yeah.
Like I had that gallery glass.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
I
yeah.
would, I can draw a little bit, right? So
Right.
I would do gallery glass, and then it would dry overnight. I would put on the bottle, bake the bottle, and then you'd put the lights on. It was really neat. I loved the first year of it.
Good.
And
What
then people
happened?
got picky.
Oh no.
They got picky.
Oh, you mean the
And-
customer?
Or
Yeah,
they
let's
would
talk about
say, it never showed up to my house. It came broken. One was broken, one wasn't. I did a ginormous wedding. They wanted abstract wine bottles.
Oh, God.
Baked them. They wanted, I think there was probably 50. So I had to keep shipping them. And every single day they were like, we need more. The
Oh,
wedding's
my
next weekend. And I had it
God.
all organized. I was you sound very organized as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And I had it all organized. I knew when they were all going to show up because they had to dry. I had to ship them in small boxes. I couldn't and she said, just send me the 20 that you have left. So here I am sticking them all in one big box, knowing that they were going to
God.
bust,
Yep.
and putting all this filler into the box, and all the itty bitty little plastic fillers got into the wine bottles.
Oh,
so they said, here
no.
they are rinsing, and
Oh,
it was an
no.
absolute mess. And I thought to myself, I don't love this anymore.
No.
Oh.
I don't. Some of my mistakes.
Yeah.
Some were people trying to tell me that it didn't show up, even though I had like a signed.
Yeah.
The third bottle that doesn't show up, I get a signed signature.
Right.
I see that it's your signature, and you're telling me it never showed up.
Yeah.
You're just giving gifts to everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
I would.
Oh, I
do-
really like that. Oh, I'll get you one.
Yeah.
I did a giveaway, and someone misunderstood, I didn't completely put all the. Back then,
The fine print.
the fine print. They were like, "Well, it doesn't say that you were just giving away one. You better send me 12." It was
Come
bad.
on.
It got very bad, and I thought, you know what?
Oh,
I'm done.
They tainted
Yeah.
it.
So
for you.
yeah, so this has been a very positive interview. Have you had that kind of stuff happen?
Oh my God, I know.
She's
so
like,
I'm just like, my
flashbacks.
wheels are like turning here so far. You're so
Like
far
picky
so
customer?
good.
Yeah,
Do
no,
I
that's
need a
great.
knock on wood?
Yes.
A
Yeah, knock on wood,
I need
knock
a
on
knock on
wood.
that bar back there.
yeah, for sure.
Just
I'll do
knock
it.
on your head.
Honest to God, you guys, so far so good. I had one where it had to deal with shipping
Oh, sure.
out of my control.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Like out of my control.
How much is shipping for a box right now?
okay,
about?
To California.
God, when you see that California address, you're like, son of
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So shipping one of those is probably about like $14.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's
terrible.
about right. That's
Yeah.
about
Not
right.
terrible.
Yeah, and sometimes you guys, I eat the cost for shipping because I have like
Do you?
guilt.
Yeah.
I have shipping
Don't.
guilt.
No.
Don't.
So I did. I had one lady who sent a couple boxes, and sometimes shipping is out of your control sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, like I shipped within my shipping handling time. It's 1 to 3 days. Like, you didn't choose 2 day, and it was like a big thing. And I reimbursed her. I felt bad because I think it was for Hanukkah or something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
my daughter didn't get her Hanukkah gift in time. Now the holidays passed. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Don't they have like 10 days though?
I know.
Sorry.
I know. And
Aren't there like a few candles?
That was her gift for that
day
day.
one.
There were like 8 days. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, right?
You know, but it ended up sometimes it's customer error. And she's like, and she didn't put in her daughter's correct address. So it didn't show up. And so, you know, you kind of like eat it. You just like hold it inside. You're like, I'll eat the cost. And because you want to keep the customer, you want to keep them happy. It's all about you. It's not about me.
Yeah.
So it really was just like around the holiday times. And I think shipping like around that time is so
crazy.
Sure, of course.
Wackadoodle anyway. And so it was just kind of one of those things where the customer was right.
Yeah.
And you just kind of bite your tongue. But no, I just, you know, my sister-in-law, she made me this cutie embroidered shirt. So you talked about being a stay-at-home mom, and I just want to talk about that a little bit. So a lot of my vendors, you know, I love it because I get to hear their stories. I get to know them personally. And, you know, I run my vendor group. And so a lot of them are stay-at-home parents or stay-at-home moms, and they kind of find this creative outlet. And my sister-in-law, she does this embroidery, and it's called Bev Broidery. So I think it's after.
Oh, I've seen that.
Nice.
Yes. Meredith gets so excited when she recognizes something.
Bev Broidery. That is my beautiful sister-in-law.
Oh.
And she is a stay-at-home mother. So she was a teacher, and she's got her kiddos now. So like her business is run at nap time. How cool is she?
That is so cool.
And so she has just like soared, but she got, you know, a bad Etsy, you know, response, and she's like, okay,
it like crushed her.
It crushed her. She's like, I took it to heart.
No, never.
I'm like Mallory, for all of those, like, you know, that one negative response, just look at like the 100, right? And that is part of retail. It's just like you have to deal with those like trolls behind the review or
the scammers.
Scammers.
Yes, scammers.
Totally.
And it was just like she didn't like the I guess just the way the letters looked.
Wasn't there a proof sent? I'm sure there was.
Yep. Yeah. Examples and proofs.
Well, this isn't what I pictured in my head.
I know. And she's just such like a sweet soul that I think it really like arrow to heart. Where me, I've got that thick like probation officer skin. I was just like,
straight to jail.
Do you know what has been said to me my face?
Yeah.
Like,
do you know who I am?
Like, you can say nothing to me, and I, you know, so but it's
work
different.
6 months in retail and you get a total different perspective.
100%, I bet. And so yes, when I was a sandwich artist, you get all those people coming in, and if that sandwich isn't perfect,
you know, we say that, and I've been in retail for many, many years, and I got a email on Friday night with caps letters, and it bothered me all weekend.
Don't do that.
Like, we can't with, you know, okay, I can read without you putting, there's no reason to put emphasis on your, we're all adults here.
I do all caps when I'm like excited.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Fun and positive, exciting. Yeah. She was not fun and she was not positive. And I
don't know who you are.
First of all, why are you sending it on a Friday night when I'm out golfing with a friend?
Yeah.
How dare she?
And it actually changed my whole mood. Like, I was ready to go home after I read it. I'm like, you know what? These people. And it bothered me all weekend.
I was going to say, because even Thursday we went out and you were kind of like, man. And I was like,
do you
need
need
extra hugs today?
I did. I hugged everybody on Thursday. I was very huggable on Thursday.
Yeah.
But first of all, I feel like it was done on purpose. You're doing it on a Friday night. You could have done it on a Monday morning. So I had to think about it all weekend.
Right.
I did not respond on Friday night, set my boundaries.
Good.
I am off until Monday morning. I just happen to have the weekend off.
Right.
Sometimes I'm in stores, you know.
We're already in a bad mood on Monday morning because it's Monday morning.
Yes.
You can handle it.
I went through so many different email drafts in my head over the weekend. And you know what? On Monday morning, I woke up and I said, thanks so much. We never want to go against the guidelines. Let's have a call. And it was better. Friday night, it would not have been that same response.
Friday night, you'd have been like,
so once again, you know, swallowed my pride, took the high road. But then it bothers me after that too. Like, why should I always have to take? Why did you have? You know, so it just.
But that's why you are you.
Well, I guess. Torn up inside with an ulcer.
I don't know. I think sometimes people like poke that bear and they want to get that reaction.
They never will where I'm at.
And when you don't give it to them, you could have gotten under their skin.
Yes.
Let's just assume that really irked them, that you didn't respond the way they wanted to.
It might have ruined a little bit of your weekend, but the fact that you didn't respond till Monday. And when you did respond on Monday, you were very professional and said, let's get on top of this. We'll get it taken care of. And they were just like, oh, what a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I can't believe she just didn't even care.
Yeah. And I do care. You know, that's the thing. I care every email that comes through, you know. Yeah. So it's just one of those weeks. You have the ebbs and flows, right? With retail, you'll have a couple great weeks and then something will happen and it's the ripple effect, right? Yeah. Like something will happen and then all of a sudden you're hearing from a whole bunch of people or you're hearing it in stores.
And the one thing that could happen is you're running late for work and you go out the door and the door handle catches your belt loop, right? Yes. And you're like, not today. Do you ever have those days?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Like I wake up in the morning and my routine is I go pee, I make coffee, you know, and I'm waiting for my coffee. I have a bun maker, so it's like real quick.
Oh, that's a fancy one.
They're amazing.
Those are the best coffee.
Always forever have one.
I will forever have a bun.
Yes.
And they're lifetime. They're lifetime. People, if you do not know, if your bun breaks, all you have to do is call customer service. They will send you a refurbished one and you send your old one back.
Yes.
You only have to buy it once in your life.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't know that. We bought three. We bought three. Till one of my neighbors was like, you don't ever have to pay for one after you buy the first one. Anyways, so I sit there and wait for the coffee and then I'm like, oh, I got to get my creamer. I open the fridge and it like hits my foot and then I grab my creamer and I drop it on the floor and then I spill it, pouring it into my cup and I just go... Nope, we're not going to do this today, you know? And I take a breath and then I'm like, calm, cool, collected. This isn't going to predict how my day's going to go. And then I stub my toe, you know? And I'm just like, son of a bitch.
And then that's it.
Told you. No.
Have you guys ever gone to work and then you look down and your shirt's on inside out or backwards?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Less than a year ago, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Less than a year
ago. You told
ago.
the story on here.
Yeah. Oh, you did. It's like, and how old am I? And I can't dress myself.
Yeah. Generally, it's because my husband's sleeping in the room and I have no lights on.
Oh, my God. Yes.
You know, because if I'm sleeping in, he doesn't care. He just flips on the lights and sits on the bed and grunts while he puts on his socks. And I just stare at him until he leaves the room. And then
this is why everyone tells Johnny that you always have stories about him on the podcast every week. And then
like
he doesn't want to listen because you talk about him.
All my sister-in-laws listen. They're like, Johnny Cass is talking shit about you.
So your sweatshirt that you have on, she almost spit out her wine, is a really nice like tan color. And it's one of those sweatshirts that I would absolutely put on backwards.
Yeah. Oh,
because it's even on the front and back with the seams on the side.
Yeah, I need clues on how to get dressed.
Yeah, and then you have the black Kit and Caboodle from your sister-in-law. That's very, very cute. That's embroidered. But I have something like that, and it's tie-dye, like what I'm wearing here, but it's similar to that. So it's kind of like that oversized sweatshirt, but yet still very feminine.
Yes.
That Katie's wearing. And so sure enough, a couple weeks ago, I had a nice one on, and I'm watching myself in the camera, and I'm like, that's my tag. That's my tag. My tag is out. And it had just started. I'm like, I'm just going to move the camera up just a little bit. And sure enough, you could still see the top of it. I'm like,
oh my God.
And I looked like I had not slept at all, even though I did.
And
you know, it was just like one of those days. And it threw my whole day. I was embarrassed. Sure. Like I went to go answer something and it was like, it didn't work out right. I'm like, you know what? Whatever.
That's when you have to be like, holy cow. I just have to interrupt. Guys, look, my shirt's inside out and backwards. Is this the kind of day I'm going to have? And joke at yourself.
I agree with that. You got to make fun of yourself before somebody else does. 100%. Yeah. You have to be lighthearted.
That's how I grew up, making fun of myself before anybody else could.
Yeah.
Do you have I'm going to go back to the box now. Do you have a favorite box that you create?
This
and
one,
what
right
else
here.
do you, well, yeah, besides ours, of course, because ours is the best. Sorry, you're not going to get anything better. And what else do you create on your website? Please tell us more, because I know people are going to be shopping your website this holiday season and then some.
Really, it's amazing. I get to shop for my job, for my business.
Yes.
So like, I get to like curate like my fall markets, like my fall so my markets, I call them, they're in the website. They're at wholekitandcaboodlemarket.com. So I come out with a seasonal market. So every season there's going to be like a fall. What's after fall? Winter.
Winter.
My brain.
Boo.
Oh, God, winter. There's a winter market, which is really geared towards like Christmas shopping, right? And then it's like, okay, then spring and then summer market. So it's really like well laid out. But like that is my favorite part. Like I just get to curate my markets. There's usually about 20 to 30 items in them. I used to have like permanent, like here's a birthday box you can buy.
Yeah.
Here's like an anniversary box you can buy. And I really like got so many requests of like, hey, Katie, like, can I build my own?
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes your customers in retail will tell you what they want.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, you guys are genius. Like, yeah, okay.
You have to listen.
But then I like have to learn, how do I create this on my website? I have to like purchase an app. So it's like retail is like in that you have to like teach yourself these things. So I built my website. Like I built like the app within the website. All of that, figuring out, I use Shopify. That's what I use for my website. So, figuring all of that, email marketing and all of those wonderful, glorious things. But I definitely would say just like doing the shopping part. I think my husband appreciates that. Like I get the shopping like itch,
yes,
like out of the way,
and then you're selling it.
Satisfaction.
I like to see it come and go.
Yes, exactly. So just like curating those fall, those seasonal markets, and then really like allowing my customers to build those boxes. But honestly, my favorite part is doing my crafts and cocktails. That
sounds like a lot of fun.
Events.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Man, it's like those are my favorite, and running my vendor group.
Yeah,
can you tell me about the cowboy boot?
I know
sticker?
I'm on your website right now. We're there. I'm on the fall market tab.
Yes.
And I'm just kind of reading through some of this. So first of all, what is a boho concrete oval tray?
Yes.
Is that for soap?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
sure.
It can be whatever you want. But what is it?
They call it like a catch-all tray. So it's like, let me throw.
So it's bigger than what I'm picturing.
No, so it is. It is about like this big.
Oh yeah.
You guys can't see, but I'm holding up the size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's probably about 10
inches, 10 inches.
10
yeah.
inches.
Yep.
Okay.
So you throw your change in there. You throw your keys in there.
All
You
right.
put your earrings, like whatever. It's like a bedside thing. You could put your soap there. But it's
you could
really
put your soap and your sponge there.
and your sponge. Yes. So it is. Concrete.
That's
It could hold your soap and lotion bottle by the sink.
Yes.
So because you always get it wet, and
The
then
water.
and the labels stick to your
Yes.
counter, and
Yep.
ta-da.
That's a good use.
There's fall vibe stickers. Super cute. They're so fall-y.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
a
I kind of
word.
want those.
So I know people have their like water bottles and they stick their stickers on there.
Yeah.
And so those are like waterproof. They're fade proof. So you can stick them on windows, your laptops.
I was gonna say,
just
I'd
like you guys
put those
have
all
your
over my car.
Yes. So this one is a clear cowboy boot sticker.
I like
so
the boot
similar to
sticker.
the fall sticker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a fall bouquet sticker, and there's a versatile fanny, sling, or chest bag. We
Yes.
love those.
I
looking at
just
those.
sold one. Yeah, I just sold one today. I was really excited about that. Yep.
And there's a warm plaid shacket.
Yep. My sister-in-law, she's
What's a
like,
shacket?
oh, I know. I was really hoping. So it's a jacket and a shirt.
Oh, love it.
The shacket. Yeah. So I had messages about that today, sizing questions. And like, I'm super responsive to all of my customers. Like, I'm like, somebody messages me, it's within like a couple hours or so, or like immediate that I get back to them. But yes, so the shacket, my sister-in-law about that, she's like, you nailed it on the shacket. I'm like, I didn't know that was the
amazing.
thing I could nail. She's like, it's so soft. It's like, I love the colors.
It's
And
really
I'm-
cute
I'm
on the
like,
model,
oh my
too.
God. Okay, Mallory.
Go
like,
back
thank
down.
you.
Yeah, I'm going to go down to the
Yeah.
Scotch whiskey infused caramel popcorn. Is that
Yeah.
a local vendor?
That one is not a local vendor.
So we just have to buy it
Can't buy
through
it.
you then. That's
Yes.
fine. It's $10.
Yes.
It's $10. You can't beat that.
It's super
I'm going to add
yummy.
this to cart right now. Done. Add to cart.
Aw,
All
thank
right,
you.
Add
there we
another
go.
one.
We better add another
So
one.
and everything on my website is I personally set up at my shows too. So everything you see on the website,
nice.
I have in stock. It's not like I'm drop shipping
Right.
or anything like
Right.
that. And
Okay.
I'm going to have everything at my Crafts and Cocktails event on October 23rd. I will be set up as well. And that's kind of what I do. Like I have all my vendors like lined up, and I will not like repeat what my vendors are selling.
Oh, cool.
So I buy to not compete with the ladies and gentlemen that I support.
That's great.
And and then if I'll totally reach out to them if I want to like wholesale some of their stuff too. But
And you know what? I think that's great because I've been to markets where there's 5 of the same vendors.
Right.
You can only look at so many of the same earrings, or you can only look at so many of the same hairbands or T-shirts. Or
6 ladies selling Tastefully Simple.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Which nothing against that.
I love it.
I love it.
But then I'm like,
Wahoo
which one
chili.
do I go to?
Yeah. Right.
I know. Yeah. So I'm really thoughtful about that. And my vendors know that.
I go to the saddest looking one.
Yes.
I'll buy from you.
I buy people. I like
did that
like,
as a child.
See?
If nobody was buying, I would take my money and I would go up to their booth. Like when my grandpa sold, my grandpa always did the MCC like winter Christmas one.
Yes.
And I would take my money, and if nobody was buying from somebody, I would go up to them and buy from them.
Okay, I totally did that. So
See?
JPQs were the
They were
nicest
so nice.
people. And when you're looking at the other vendors, they had people, approaching and talking. And 3 times I looked over. Now, they were very busy. I'm not going to say that they weren't. But 3 times I looked over and no one was in front of their table. And I was like, well, we're going to go get sauces and spices. And we bought from them.
We did.
And we chatted with them and they were so nice.
They
So
were so
definitely
nice.
shout out to them. It's JPQs. I can't tell you where they're from, but they were at the Truck Off Festival that we did the TikTok on.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, all the vendors were great. You were talking about like the wood. I bought a bowl.
You did. You bought
I
a bowl on
bought
the way
it.
out. He was like, "Oh, you're gonna buy it." And
So
you're
it's
like,
so
"Hell
funny.
Yeah.
Well, I stood
Well,
there
is it
for a
not for sale?
while
Yeah.
because, I mean, obviously craftsmanship, you're going to spend a little more money. And I was
Right.
like, I don't know. What do I want to do? I don't know. Is your wine empty?
No, she tried to pour it with the cap on.
That's so embarrassing.
Her wine in her cup is empty.
But yeah,
Anyways,
so
back to the bowl.
But it's a beautiful bowl. It's
It is a nice
two-toned.
bowl.
Love it.
Yeah.
So it is now my candy bowl, and it's
Yes.
very fall, and it looks
I
perfect
saw you
in
had it
my
out, yeah.
foyer. So
Foyer.
my
Yeah.
fancy. It was a foyer. Now it's a foyer with this bowl in it. So
Well, now you fancied it up.
I
have
fancied it up.
Such a soft spot for those woodworkers. Like,
Oh my
because
gosh.
my
For
grandfather
everyone
was a
there.
woodworker.
Yes.
But no, if nobody's buying,
We
I'm
walked
like,
through
I'll
as
buy from
many
you.
booths as we could. We
Yes.
stood by
Oh, you
as
guys are
many
great.
trucks as we could. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like we got a lot of people on that TikTok.
We
So
did.
go to my TikTok. I'm the one that did it, but Cass has all the ones that are like our studio, our
Yes,
podcast stuff.
yes.
So yeah, if you take a look at mine, we have two TikToks.
We got 2 clopen effects.
because we have 2 personalities. We need to
Yes.
share
Yes.
share both personalities.
And you did
So-
great taking that video. I was too busy eating. Like, Meredith's like, I'm just going to take
Okay.
a little video all night long and I'm going to put them all together. And I was like, perfect. I'll just eat.
But what's the reason that I wasn't eating? Because I didn't want
'Cause
to
you had
take
your
my teeth
braces
out.
in.
So I started Invisalign. I didn't want to take them out because I just didn't. So
She
I'm
sucked on a
starving.
cheese pierogi.
I'm
only
starving
suck.
watching everyone eat. I'm like, oh my gosh.
We
Yeah,
got
I've
you
lost
ice
like 4
cream.
pounds already.
We
It's
got
been
you
a week.
ice cream.
Lucky, that's what we have to do. We have to get Invisalign.
We have to get
these days.
Invisalign.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, unfortunately, you have to have crooked teeth to get Invisalign. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
But so tell us about your wine real quick.
Okay, you guys, this is like,
First of all, it's
It's
plastic.
the weirdest
so
wine.
I just tried to pour it without taking the lid off, and newsflash, that does not work.
Work.
So
Let me feel it again.
It's creepy. It's.
Let me feel it
I
again.
brought the weirdest.
It's
bottle
covered in
of wine.
paper too.
So-
She's like, I brought this wine.
I-
and I'm like, what is this? Hold on. Let's see if we can hear it.
It's plastic.
It's like, and as soon as she brings it in, she's like, doesn't this feel weird? And we were tipping it upside down. I go, it feels like it's in a plastic bag in there.
And it feels very light. Like
And
it
I
was not
think
full.
That is exactly what it is. It's in a plastic bag inside of a paper wrapper.
Yes,
like
and
a cardboard
I thought
wrapper.
Trader
It's
Joe's
beautiful.
ripped me off. You guys,
Yeah.
I got really fancy. This is embarrassing. I spent $17 on that, and it's not even in glass.
Yeah.
Okay, but look it's 84% lower carbon footprint, 82% lower water use, 94% recycled bottle, 100% recyclable.
Okay, so I feel good about buying
So,
it.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I thought Trader Joe's ripped me off. I'm like, doesn't this feel like this is not even filled?
Yeah.
It says keep bottle dry because it'll literally disintegrate.
Yeah, the paper
And you will be stuck with a plastic.
My wine bottle
Bladder.
came with instructions on even how do you have to like squeeze it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so check out, because
who
it's
am I?
S7, Signal 7. Check out S7's Zero Waste Program. at signal7wines.com/zero waste. So you press here, which is the top, and it splits apart. Split bottle and remove liner, which is the plastic bladder.
Right. Yes.
Recycled paper shell and plastic neck.
This is the most complicated.
I'm sorry, what is the name
wine.
of the bottle?
Signal 7.
Or the company? Signal
Sauvignon Blanc.
And you got it at Trader Joe's?
I love me a Trader Joe's.
I don't go there often, probably for that reason.
Me
I'd
either.
spend a whole bunch of money on wine. Yeah, it's organic too.
It's ASMR wine bottle.
I'm going to talk about 2 more things on your website. So I'm still on the fall because I'm shopping as we're doing this. So she has a pumpkin spice bath salt.
But the one before that I really like.
And this one is botanical cleansing wax drops.
So it's wax melts that you put in your wax thingy, and it's got little flowers in it, and it looks like it smells amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And there's a vegan suede rancher hat in 2 colors.
Yes.
Just for you and Julia.
I know. So there we go.
I just got those in, and I thought about fancying them up.
Ooh.
Like,
put a little feathers
like
on them or something?
Yes, like myself get crafty. So I bought some really cool things that I might fancy a few of them up. And then I had one of my vendors like, hey, Katie, you should start branding your hats.
Ooh.
And so I was like, what is that? So I started like deep dive into YouTube and branding. And I'm like, do I trust myself with a blowtorch and a brander? First off, maybe
do that in the
First
garage.
off, yes.
I know.
Just don't do it in the spare bedroom.
No. So I thought to like offer it though. So you buy your hat and you can get like a heart on it. You can get like your initials. You can get like a cute little
yeehaw.
Yeah.
Can I get a yeehaw on
and
it?
I'm just like, that's a really good idea. I'm like, so this is like a thing. It's kind of like that permanent jewelry like trend. And I was like,
I really want that.
yes. And
Wait, is that branding, the permanent jewelry?
No.
Oh.
It's but they put a little piece of leather and then weld it together. So
on
it
your
doesn't
skin.
Yeah, it doesn't come off.
So it would be like something like this without a clasp. Like,
Yeah.
You can never. It's a commitment.
You can't take it off.
Oh, like it's a bracelet that would stay on forever. It's not actually going into your skin.
No. They
So
just
I'm
weld
picturing
it
like the
together.
horns that people have,
Oh
like
my
permanent
God.
horns, permanent jewelry, like on my eyeball.
No.
Yes,
Like that's what I was
Meredith,
thinking.
Let's go get it. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
I mean, I'm in. You know, I'm in. But I just wanted to know a little more about it.
Yes. No. Good
You
question.
get your nipples pierced and
My
like
God.
Done. That's already been done for years ago. Belly button pierced.
I watched a friend do that.
I watched myself do it
down there and
Oh, not down there.
oh, sick.
yeah. And
How could you do
Her
that?
mom found out. It was high school.
I was gonna say that
Amazing.
sounds young.
If my mom found out, she'd be like, "Well, can I see it? Let me see it. Did it hurt? Poking at it? Does
All
this
all our
hurt?"
listeners are shutting us down now. They're shutting us down. They're like, you ladies are done with your wine and your high noons.
Y'all
and-
met my mom. You know she'd ask to see
So
it.
super quick, let's talk about Crafts and Cocktails one more time.
Yes,
Let's
thank
share like where everyone can find you, and please tell us all about it one more time, and then we're done already. Can you believe it?
Yeah, Facebook. Look up Kit K-I. Oh my God, I have to spell K-I-T. The letter and Caboodle is C-A-B-O-O-D-L-E. And then the word market. So you have to look up that full thing to find me on Facebook. You look at the events tab, and you'll see the crafts and cocktails there. I'm on Instagram, and it's Kit and Caboodle Market. There's just little periods between each word, and you can follow me on there. But last I checked, you guys, we had. I keep updating my vendors. We had 1,800 RSVPs.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I was just going to ask that because right next to it on your site, it says for more details and to RSVP, click here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
even
she's going to have 2 more after tonight.
Yeah,
Because I'm going to click us.
Yeah. So on the website, yeah, it's kitandcaboodlemarket.com. You can see, you can RSVP through there, but it's a Facebook event. So all my vendors are super stoked, and I always have like waiting lists, for my shows, and just this, I try to have a really good mix of jewelry, bath and body, men's care. I really try to have like a really good, like kiddo items, dog items. So, I try to have a really good mix and try not to have my vendors compete with each other.
Oh, yeah,
as
yeah.
much as I can.
No MLMs.
No, not at this point. There's no MLMs because I'm all about just supporting that crafter and that maker. Like I love MLMs. I've done that in my past lives as well. So
Which ones did you do? I'm curious.
doTERRA. She did doTERRA.
No, I did Rodan and Fear.
That's makeup.
I did some CBD.
Oh, okay.
MLM is multi-level marketing for those that are
Yes.
wondering what that is.
Yes.
I think most of our listeners know, but just so.
I think it's multi-level monsters.
Oh, gosh.
And that is such like I couldn't do it.
Some people do great at it, and then some people
do.
it's not so great.
I just feel like it's not genuine. Like
Kinda
I want to
like a
be
cult.
genuine. It is
Yeah.
like super culty. Yeah. And I'm just starting my own Kit and Caboodle market cult.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
with my vendor
Hey, that's
group.
okay.
That's
I'll
okay.
support
It's
you.
yours. It's yours. No
I'll
one
support
else.
you before I support doTERRA.
What is that?
It's like essential oils and shit
Oh, okay,
that people
okay.
eat. You're not supposed to
What?
eat
You're not
essential
supposed to
oils.
eat anything that you buy online.
Oh, but yeah, I hope you ladies can make it
Yes.
to the show.
October
Oh my
23rd.
God, you're going to meet so many amazing people. It is such.
We'll bring
it's-
lots of business cards
Yeah,
and make
come
sure we wear our
hungry. Yeah.
shirts.
And we will bring
Yes.
money. We will bring money
yeah.
to buy
Yes.
Yeah.
some stuff.
Yes.
Unlike
too.
our husbands that didn't bring any money to the truck off.
Okay, yes. So listen, real quick.
Oh my God. All right, let's
So
air it out.
we've known we've been going to this truck off forever. I've been posting about it. Steve always gives us the love on Facebook. And during the day he was like, "Hey, do I need cash for this?" I'm like, "Yeah, you need cash. It's a truck off festival. There's food trucks, there's vendors." He's like, "Oh my God, I got like $10 to my name, you know?" I'm like, "Well, fortunately, I went to the bank and I have a lot of money." So, but it's because I read they had sent out like, "Please bring cash,"
they
or, you know,
did.
many vendors like cash, you know, that kind of stuff, or we want to tip in cash, obviously, because we don't want to tip on credit
Right,
card because we have to pay
right.
on that. So then we get there and you had to go to the ATM and then we were the ones that were buying, but that's okay.
I didn't
because-
bring any cash.
Yeah, but that's
either.
okay. It was very funny. I'm like, "Don't worry,
But
I
that's
can
the
treat
difference
you."
between me and my husband and your husband. Your husband said, "Hey, what was the fee at the ATM?" And I go, $4.95, and he goes, "Yeah, I should have went to the bank today."
That's great.
I don't care. I'll pay it. He
We had
will
a great
not.
time. I'm looking forward to next year already for
I
Truck Off. They
know.
are
That
just
was a
the
lot of fun.
sweetest.
That
Yeah,
was a lot of fun. We
amazing.
had a
And
good
they shared our TikTok.
They shared
so,
our stuff.
So thanks.
good.
Shared
You know
our
what? I
shirt.
just love the community that we have around
I
here.
know.
Everyone wants
100%.
everyone to be successful.
Yes.
So,
100%.
and we're here for it.
Yes.
Really excited.
Yes.
So, well, Katie, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
This
so
was
much.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
And thank you for the box.
Yes.
Go check
Yeah.
her out on Facebook, Kit
Yes.
and Caboodle Market.
We will SOS. We will share her shit so you'll be
Yeah.
able to find her. So,
Yeah.
amazing. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye,
All
guys.
right,
Happy
bye.
Friday.
We'll talk to you next week. That was so fun.
That was so good. You did so good. You did perfect.
This podcast is brought to you by NameTag Productions, LLC. Entire podcast, unless otherwise stated, written by the hosts. Drums, written and performed by my son Steven. The Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. If we have to be all in this together, we might as well make it fun.